Okay, I'm out on a little day hike and going to attempt to light a little fire and cook some lunch. Okay, the original road that or path that I was following was pretty much parallel to the main road, so I backtracked back to this maintenance road for the bush, and even though it looks more civilised, I know that soon it'll go back into the bush. So I'm heading in the right direction now, away from civilization. Okay, here is another well-maintained path into the bush, but hopefully I can veer off from there. But we're heading now at least away from cars, away from people, away from houses. I guess I can start picking up a bit of small pieces of wood for my fire. I'm liking the feel of this area. It's a little bit more dense. Not quite sure what sort of a spot I'm looking for, but hopefully I'll recognise it when I see it. Quite close to the highway now, but it's always a reassuring thing when you're walking on a path and there's a spider web. Probably can't see that, a little bit of a spider web, so that's a good sign no one's been through here for a little bit. So might try and find a shady spot, 'cause it's turned out to be hotter today than one would expect, and get this thing happening. Okay, I'm going to try and use this spot. Just put my shirt on a tree. I'm going to backtrack a bit and just see how obvious it is from the last track. Looking through the trees, I can see it if I look really hard my shirt, but it's only at certain spots, so I'm pretty happy with that. The giveaway is going to be smoke anyway, so I'm not going to do about that at this stage. Alright, more wood collecting. Okay, I've chosen my spot. I've unpacked my bag, and these are the things I brought with me today. Well, I've got started a pile. It's only going to be a small fire, and even though I'm coming to build a fire, I've got my Trangia, because the hardest thing to do in the bush, I reckon, is boil water. So I'm going to have a cup of tea. So there's my Trangia, some metho, some drink things, tube of condensed milk, bit of cutlery, tea bags, snack bar if I need it, little folding shovel, clear the ground, whatnot, some water, cup, bought a bottle of cider, spoil myself, and I've got an alfoil pack with potato and pumpkin and garlic salt. Usually I'd put onion in instead of the garlic salt, but didn't have any at home, and some salmon. This is just a trial day. Hopefully in future I'll be able to do a proper hobo dinner with meat in it as well. And a little folding chair, and one of my old travel bags that seen better days, but probably full. It's a nice size to carry, not too heavy, and it's fit enough in. Oh, and also, if I needed a pruning saw, cuts a bit bigger wood, which I'm probably not going to use today, some gloves and some newspaper. I've broke up the wood I collected and sawed it into clumps. So we've got kindling, bit of bark, next size, bit bigger, and the biggest that I'm going to use today. Bit of a clearing made, so I'll set up. I'm going to do an upside down fire and see how it goes. Alright, I've got my little fire set out how I'd like. Not sure how it's going to go. Some newspaper in there. I'm not a bushcraft person. There we go. So I've got a bit of a perimeter. 3 or 4, I think it's 4 layers, bit of kindling on the top. So let's see how we go. Oh, and I was going to have the cider later, but tough work building a fire, so that'll be getting opened up very soon. Have a fire. Let's see if it'll keep burning. Okay, it's still going. There's my chair set up. Have my cider shortly. It's getting a bit more of a go on now, so it's looking like it's going through the next level, so that's great. That's looking real good. And along with my bottle of cider, things are going great. So the idea is I want this all to burn down, so I've got coals for my alcohol package. Okay, it's about another 5 minutes. It's certainly getting down to the bottom now, so the fire is gentler. I'm going to set up my Trangia now and put on some water to boil. Water poured, metho topped up, ready to light it and put the water on. It's on. It's 11:53, so should take probably 10 minutes, not that fast. And over here my fire is gradually going down to coals, so a little bit longer and then I'll put some food on. Okay, alright, food's on. Goodness knows if there's enough heat in there, but it's supposed to be coals. I don't really like look at all that smoke, but anyway. Well, that was a bit of a fizzer. It didn't really create coals at all. They sort of just burnt and that was it. And then just started smoking. I didn't want to attract that much attention, so I've just taken my food off and doused it with some water. And we'll try again another day. But in the meanwhile, my water is boiling for my cup of tea. Yep, so take it off and have a cup. That's why you always bring a snack in case your main food fails. Cup of tea and a snack bar, better than nothing. My cooking on coals didn't quite work out there in the bush, so I brought my package home and cooked it in my oven. So here it is, potatoes and pumpkins, and I'll have it with some salmon. Yummo!